when I look at my MT-01, I see a wicked looking bike. You've got great big huge exhaust at the back, a weird sort of almost love it or hate it light at the front, and then you get these stupid ridiculous indicators. So what I've decided to do, after months and months of deciding, I decided to go for these. They're a cheap set off of eBay, and they come with the actual Yamaha fitting grommet, so they should be really straightforward to fit. The only thing they didn't come with was the actual connections here. So what I've done is I brought a Yamaha connector off of eBay with a pair of bullet connectors, and I fitted my own bullet connectors to these indicators, which should make fitting really easy. So anyway, let's crack on with it and see how we get on. Okay, so these are the indicators I gone for. They're just cheap eBay ones, and they come with the Yamaha fitment as well, so it should be a straight swap out. They're very lightweight, there's not a lot to them. Unfortunately, they don't come with any connectors, so we've got to put our own connectors on. And what I've gone for is these Yamaha ones as well. These are again just cheap eBay jobbies, and they come with the Yamaha fitment, so you haven't got to cut into your existing wiring loom, which is great. And all you have to do is add a couple of bullet connectors to these, and I've just gone for a cheap set off Amazon, which should do the job. I'll quickly show you me doing that. Now this isn't a guide, this is just how I do it. And there's two. Now what I do is, these bullet connectors come with a little waterproof connector or a water cover. Put that over first, just turn the cable and wire over a little bit. Get your bullet connector, stick it on like that. You can get crimping tools with these as well. You just got to make sure that the wire has a very good connection in the end, and then just crimp down the cable, and then just repeat the same on the other side. So you can see I've got one on there, and we just need to repeat the same on the other side, and then you can just attach it to that Yamaha connector like so. And that's a nice secure connection now. So now we'll just fit them onto the bike, ready to go. Now I'm just testing the connection on this as well, just to make sure it all works okay. So as you can see, under the seat here you have these Yamaha connectors which connect to the original indicator, and that's the original indicator connector there. So I've just plugged in the new one, and then when you turn it on, it should flash like a nutcase. So let's have a look. Just turn that indicator on, and there we go. And that also makes the front one flash fast as well. And to remedy that, we need a relay. So we just need to remove these 4 bolts to remove the tail tidy. So we'll get that done now. It's just a case of using an Allen key underneath. So now we just need to remove the old indicators. This is the rear light, and these are the indicator cables. So to remove these indicators, it doesn't actually need any screws. It's just this little, it's almost like a plastic thing which pushes these rubber bits out, and you just push the thing through, and you can pull the indicator free. And there we have it. It's one removed. And we just got to repeat the same on the other side, so I'll do that now. So now we've got our new indicators. Now obviously you need to take that retaining plate off. Just put it somewhere safe for now. Feed through your cables in the hole. Like so, just a small bit on first. Easier. There we go. Put that on. And the idea of that is it just goes onto the rubber bit at the back, stops it popping out. connecting up your cable. Get it on the positive and negative. Very good push in there, just make sure it's nice and solid. That's one side done, and then we just move on to the other side. I've just fitted both the indicators on the left and the right hand side. I've connected them up, as I said before, in exactly the same way, and now I just want to check to make sure that there's power going through and make sure that everything's working before I tighten it all up. So we know that it's going to be crazy speed, but that looks okay. That's the first one done on the right hand side. The left hand side is also working as well. So we'll put that all back together. I'll show you what the cables are like underneath, and then we'll move on to the front side. So that's the indicators back on the back, and I think they actually look really good. I'm really chuffed with that actually. So all of the cables are in the back. I've just got to tidy them up, but I don't actually have any spare cable ties at the moment, but that's all done. So they all work. So now we'll just move on to the front. So in order to remove the front indicators, we actually need to take off the whole entire light assembly. So I'll do that now. I won't bore you too much with that, but it's basically bolt here and an Allen bolt just down in there, and then the light fitting comes out. So that's the light fitting removed. I've just got to disconnect it from the power. So that's the full light fitting removed, and you can see the indicators actually route all through here. So we'll take it over to the bench and get them put on. So we've got the headlight assembly on the bench, and you can see that the cables all route around here, and this is the connectors for the indicators right here. So what we've got to do is take out this screw here, and then a couple of other bits and pieces as well, and then we should be able to remove this gumph and those indicators. So just move that bit out of the way, and you can see just got a couple of indicator bits to remove. With a screw here, and a screw down there as well. Awful lot to remove just to get the indicators out, which I always knew the front was going to be a bit of a challenge. Just need to get that out of the way enough to remove the old ones. And it's the same principle. You just need to remove. Oh, that's handy. Let's come off to make it a little bit easier. We just need to remove the plastic part like so. So remove that like so, and take out the old indicator. In this case, just putting a new one on, making sure we get it the right way up. And then we grab a new indicator, making sure it's the right way up. Pop that through. In the back. Do you want to see it better? Put the back button in first. And then, hey presto, you have a nice fitment. And these actually fit really well on these in the headlight, maybe because the tail tide is an aftermarket part. It's a bit of a squeeze. So the indicators are all connected to the headlight, as you can see, and I've run the cables down here and just cable tied them off. It's pretty neat actually. I've already checked it on the bike and it works okay, so let's go and put it all back together. So this is the front indicators all on. They look really good actually, and of course they're still flashing quick. So I'm just going to fit the relay. So there we have it. Indicators are all on, good to go, and the relay I'll show you what the problem was. I've actually managed to Heath Robertson fix it. So here's the relay, and what basically the problem was that the cables were run the wrong way. So when it was connected, nothing would happen. So all I did was disconnect it from that junction box and put them back on the connectors and put it back in. And again, the connection to the bike is not affected. It's just this that I've been modified. So it's perfectly safe. It's all insulated and good to go. And the best thing is it just fits back onto the rubber strap. It's on. So now we have fully working indicators. There we go. Excellent. So guys, that's the end of today's video, and the indicators I think look really good and give the bike a much more modern look overall, which is what we wanted. So this is not a guide, this is just how I did it. If I help you in any way, it's down to you if your bike catches fire or whatever. So please just bear that in mind. Always refer to the manual and always do your research before fitting. The relay was a bit of a pain, but I managed to resolve that issue. I won't be recommending that relay, and I won't be recommending a relay. You will need to do your own research on that. But if there's anything like the indicators that you're interested in, there will be a link below for those, and also the Yamaha connectors with the bullet points. But that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Tom's TC.